Okay, good evening, everyone. This is the day 15 of MERN series. I'm Naveen Kumar, and today we'll learn, or basically, we will start a very fresh topic that will basically optimize our authorization. I mean, it's not that I continued the authorization topic, but it is a totally fresh topic that is role-based access control. And what is role-based access control? What is this term? Is known about, and we'll see. So let me just I'll divide basically. I have divided this topic in four parts and four section and in four chunks because it is a this is going to take time to understand, and also we will build one by one. Once we implement the logic every day, we'll get to know that why we are doing this and why we are implementing the role based access uh, implementation. So let me just share my screen and we'll see that what is role-based access. So before moving onto the topic, we'll see the definition first, that what is role-based access. So it says that role-based access control refers to the idea of assigning permissions to users based on their role an organization. I know it is a very it is it is saying with a very layman term uh, language, but we can understand this definition in terms of let's say that if I'm the user, if there is another user XYZ, and if I'm the owner of my books, and if I am the admin of that books, they shouldn't get the access of that books. They and I only, and this is a little bit of different from the authorization. So I can say that if I am the creator of the books, I only want that XYZ user to read my books only. I don't want him to get the permission and misuse of with my books, and I don't want him to basically update my books or delete my books from my database. Only I can do that because I am the admin. So that's when role-based access control comes into the picture. So we'll see that this is a very simple and direct explanation of role-based access control. So I've divided in four steps. So we need to update our user schema first, and then we'll update our book schema. This is all about this is the agenda of the today's video. That is that I will only update the book schema and the user schema. And why I'm doing this, keep patience, because in the upcoming videos you will get the gist of that why I was doing this and why I am implementing in small chunks. So let me just open my user schema first. So I'll say here I need to add the role. So I've already commented with it. And what is enum? It is simply say it is an array which will contain multiple of roles. So I'll basically take, just like we pass the user ID and the username in our book schema to basically get the user ID of and the username of the user whenever they perform the CRUD. So similarly, we are going to provide the role here. So I'll say type type string, and I'll after this I'll say enum. We'll pass this key enum, and inside this key we will add an array as a value. And inside this we'll take multiple of values. So I'll say mm, admin, because admin can be the creator of admin can be the owner of, or let's say, just to be very precise enough, let's say creator. Let's say creator is the creator of the books, and there can be, let's say, students who are allowed to read the books, and let's say there can be viewers view, or let's say view all. Also, I need to store it in the um, string format. So I'll say all, view all, or let's say I'll store it in this format. You can see that these are some sort of the rules that we need to provide here in our user schema. So I'll say if there is a creator in the router who wants to create the books, he can create the book. But if there is a student, they are not allowed to create the book. They should only be able to read the books. And by default we need to provide something. Let's say if I'm going to sign, if there is a user who wants to sign up and they somehow forget to provide the role, then by default they should get the they should get a role which is nothing but the, let's say, student, or yeah, student, or student. Yes, by default if the user forgets their role, to pass their role, they will get this by default role, that is student. Why I'm doing this, we'll learn in the further video. Just so just go with the flow, and we'll follow the pattern, and we'll learn everything one by one. And I'll explain in the end of the video. Let me go to the book schema. Now I need to add the, let me check it again, cross check again. So type string enum can be creator, student, view all, and default. And by default is student. Okay, cool. So our schema, user schema is updated, and we'll update our book schema today. So it is same. We need, just like user ID and username, we need to provide the role. So I'll say user, sorry, the role, my bad, role type string, and after that I'll say required. Oh, sorry, it should be required. Let's say true. Role should be true, and it is required. Now this is how we are able to update our book schema and the book schema and the user schema. So this is, I'll say check, and here I also say, I'll say check both are updated now. Now the question comes about update router or of users and update books. So that is something I'll explain it here, because I'm not going to implement it. The video can be long. So I'll basically go to the, so once the user is going to sign up, they need to provide the role here. So I'll say question mark, I mean not the question mark, sorry, comma, in the from the request body will take one more thing, that is role. And or let's implement it, but I'm not going to test it today, so we'll test it on tomorrow. So in the request, when once the user is going to sign up, they need to provide the role here, that what is the role of them. And in the form of request body will catch the role, and will basically add this in our user model. So I'll say we'll take name, user email, will store it, this username, email, password, will hash the password, just like the hash to password will also store the role. So I've already added it here, so I'll pass it again. So yeah, we'll add the user role, and yeah, this is done. And if once you register, you will successfully get to know that you are successfully registered for the sign up. And well, let's do one thing. Let's test it. If we do not, if I missed something, then we'll get to know. Let's build it. So I'll go to the sign up option route. Let me just open this. Okay, we'll go to the sign up route. think it's taking a bit of time. Or sorry, folks. I think there might be some glitch from my local machine, so we cannot test it. We'll test it tomorrow, definitely. But this is the some sort of picture of role-based access control. We'll learn it tomorrow. And yeah, till this point, thank you everyone.